Hey guys, it's JW, and just arrived at the middle school to do my shift. I haven't been on in a while, so I thought I'd jump on just to update everyone. Not much going on other than we finally did hire a new person, and it's going to really help out. I think I mentioned in one of the videos that we really have trouble hiring crossing guards because of mostly the hours that it breaks up your day. You come in the morning, then you come again in the afternoon, and it's only for an hour or so each time, but it's broken up, so they pay you $20 per my town does $20 per school or location that you do. So an hour could mean you made yourself $40. You could do 2 locations in an hour. And so, if someone's just hanging around the house, retired, or maybe a mom who's got some kids in school, it's an ideal job for a mom who's got a kid in school, and you can not only drop them off at school, and then you do the crossing, and when you pick them up, you do the crossing. And there's a lot of moms that wait for their kids. I see them drop them off in the morning, then they wait for them in the afternoon, and they could be making themselves, even if they just did the one school, they can make themselves $40 in a day. I mean, I know it's not a lot of money, don't get me wrong, but, you're sitting in your car looking at your device. That's what all of them do that are waiting for their kids. I'm looking at them now. They're all just staring down into their device. So why not turn that wait time into $40? But, if I were to suggest it, they'd probably look at me like I was nuts. Maybe their husbands got good jobs, and and they don't even need to work. I don't know. Although most of the women I see, they look like they're coming from work. They might have maybe they're teachers, or I don't know. Some of them look like stay-at-home moms, probably with large families. So, that's the other thing. You don't know how many other kids they have that they're responsible for, and there's a whole set of circumstances that could come into play. But every once in a while, I'll say to a mom, if you ever get bored, and I know you probably got a lot to do, you don't want to insult people, but, we're looking for people, and like a couple of them gave me the nod, like, oh, yeah, it doesn't sound too bad. And I explained to them, you pick up your child anyway, and you drop them off. It's just, it's maybe take you 10 minutes extra on each end, and you're done. And, so anyway, if you know anybody who lives in Massachusetts, or up where I am, up around the New Hampshire border, and it's called the Seacoast area, that's looking for a crossing guard gig, please let them know. Send them to my channel, and they can leave a message for me, and be glad to have them on board. Like I said, we just got a new guy. He's a former police officer, retired, and nice guy, and a big guy. He looks like a Hell's Angel, but he's a really he seems gentle to me. He seems like a really easygoing guy. But it's good to have a presence like him. He's probably about 6'4". He's probably, 285, 290. And so, when they'll come by in the car, and if they don't like the holdup or something, they'll yell something unkind at me. Not that it bothers me, it doesn't. But they won't be yelling at him, I don't think. He's kind of scary looking, but like I say, he's a real nice guy. So yesterday was his first day. He said he's fine with the job. Like I said, he's a former cop. I didn't have to really give him much training at all, just to, get him up to snuff on what time the buses come out, and what they like to do, and how we like to stop the traffic, whereabouts, where we like to keep the cars before they get to a certain point. Because as I often tell the drivers, when they call them creepers, we call them creepers. When they creep up too close, it causes a problem with the bus, because the turning ratio for a bus is, I'm sure most of you know, turning ratio for a bus is a lot wider than it is for a car. Anyone who's driven a trailer truck or a bus knows that they need extra room to turn, and people don't seem to get that. And when I ask them to leave space, sometimes they just don't seem to get it. But bus drivers are amazing drivers. The school bus drivers, mostly women. There's a couple of guys this year, but mostly women. I'm telling you, women take a lot of abuse for their driving sometimes, and by guys usually. But I'll tell you, I'd match these women up against anyone. They turn on a dime, and sometimes the creepers will come right up close, and they'll be able to just miss the mirror. I only saw one time where they took the mirror, but it was the person's fault who parked there. So anyway, I gotta go. My guy's coming, and I'll talk to you soon.